I do have a couple clips I'm gonna play. I just got through one of pulling up. I said I wasn't gonna dive into it, but I am interested in hearing because I'm hearing two different things going on. I'm hearing that men divorce because, well, a certain type of men will divorce a woman because she's not submissive. I'm just hearing this whole submissive, and I don't know if they just need content or they just creating it, but this is the narrative that people are saying what happened with them. Then I've also heard something on the flip side that says that when a man divorced, typically something major happened or she's cheated. I was kind of leaning a little bit more towards that. I mean, I don't hear too many men divorcing. It takes a lot for a man to divorce. So let me play these clips and then let me just get you guys quick responses. We ain't got to spend all day on it.
Not a lot of people know this, but it's just something in my family. I've seen it in my grandmother. I'm sorry, saw it in my grandfather, to my grandmother, to my mom, to my aunts, to me, right? But I didn't notice it in myself until I was with Jeezy.
Interesting. You didn't notice in your previous marriage?
No, because it has to do with the type of relationship you have and the type of respect you have for that person to mirror things back to you where you actually would stop you in your tracks and evaluate yourself, you know?
So you had it.
So I had it, but nobody ever called me out on it. Also, in my line of work, sometimes being a boss isn't so great for you because you have a lot of people who just agree to what you want. They're yes men, right? And so I didn't notice that I had a hot temper until I got with Jeezy. And here's a person who is my equal and I really respect. And when I would spew some of my old habits, and he was like, like who, that's not flying here. And also it would trigger him to come back at me with things where I was like, who the fuck do you think you are? But I was triggering him. So through work, we learned that we both have certain habits that to the everyday person, from friends, family, fans, they'll never see it. But to the person who loves us deep enough, you can press that button and boom, the dragon comes out. And we both have it. So we had to work on that. But he never told me to fix my temper. I just saw it and I thought, unless I want to stay in this place where I lose this person I love and I stay in my comfort zone of doing what I want to do and function the way I have for the last 40 years when nobody else had to stop me.
Which obviously has done quite well for you.
Right, I could have. But this was something greater that I wanted. And also a great challenge to myself to say, what if, now that I know it exists and the dragon's there, what if I got rid of that? How do I kill that dragon or store it in its place so that
reasons why a man leaves his wife or file for divorce. Number one is another woman pushing him to do it, okay? Or number two is something real foul went down. You think that
All right. Let's play a couple of snippets, man. What do you guys thoughts about it, man? Do men, are men just divorcing because a woman is not submissive, or do you really think that it has to be something major like cheating?
Let me go first.
Friends are coming out. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Oh, bruh. That is major, JR. That, in fact, that is probably the reason why men uncooperative an uncooperative woman is like a death by 1,000 cuts, man. It is like listening to somebody scratch their nails on a chalkboard all day long, all night long. When this whole story broke with her, that now I don't know, because I can't say I called it, but the first thing I said was, oh, she's driving that motherfucker crazy. Then people start saying, oh, she's cheated with her ex-husband, or she's out there cheating. My thought was, this is last week. I said, nope, that ain't it. That ain't it. I know these boss women think they can turn that on and off at will, and that's not how it works. And because she was a talk show host, and I remember listening to her years ago when they first got together, I was thinking, everybody was like, oh, that's great, she's great. And I was just thinking, I don't know. Jeezy and with a firecracker, yeah, that wears on you over time. And all these little interviews of her saying, I found this and I realized my grandmother and all, I ain't hear none of that. Just listening at her, because I'm a good judge of character at this point. It's unfortunate that I'm 51 and I had to learn it now. This is where wisdom comes in, but you could see it after a while. You're saying, oh no, you're going to be a problem. And she looked to be a problem. She looked to be like, hey baby, can you do it? I ain't doing that. Or why can't you do it? You get up and don't nobody want to, in a man of Jeezy stature, that'll drive you nuts. And typically in the dating stage, women do what's necessary. This is where we talk about they show the representative and then it switches. They fire that motherfucker after they get the ring and the baby. Because oftentimes, especially for in modern times, that's the goal. Just get the kid. I just want the kid and to be able to say I was married. I don't need him because I can get my own money. I don't need the security. I can call 911. I know how to shoot a gun. I don't need that. I don't need that. The world has been civilized. It's not like we got worry about bears and tigers coming into our huts to kill us. So just give me the baby. And so women have this baby fever. That's why, one of my shows, I talk about women just want to have the kid and forget the man. Even in Sierra's prayer that Summer Walker did on that song, she loved the child. And at the end of the song, she said, now, Lord, please bring me a man that's going to accept me and my kids and all this other kind of stuff. And it's like, wait, that seems backwards. But that's what women want. And so Jenny Mai, she got with Jeezy, she got the man. He's the man out in Atlanta, apparently. And she got the baby, she got the ring, but in closed doors, I bet she was driving that motherfucker crazy. Now, I could be completely wrong. If we ever find out, we probably won't. That's their private information. But I would bet the farm that she was driving his ass crazy. And it had nothing to do with no infidelity or cheating. Just she would not get with his program. And he certainly has a program. She has her own program. And when you have, and I tell you guys all the time, and I'll wrap with this, there's 3 types of relationships. The man is in charge and she's following. She's in charge and he's in charge. Or she's in charge and the man is following. There's only one that works out. The man is in charge and she's following. Those are the ones that last the longest. Where she's in charge and he's following, it lasts a little bit until she finds somebody else. That's where she ends up fucking her work husband, or she finds a different man, or she's emasculating him all the time. Those don't last too long. And then where you got 2 people that think they bosses, that's where it's all that clash doesn't last. That's short-lived. That's a short-lived relationship because you got 2 people that want 2 different things, and it ain't like he can smack her across the head, across her face. There is no there's nothing that a man can do besides walk away. That's the only tool we have right now for unruly women, is to walk away. And I think that's what he did.
There are some people that's out there that may say, why wasn't she on Jeezy's program, or why did she hop off the program?
I can tell you why. And it ties into what Shannon said. If you listen to the key words that she said that she finally met somebody that was her equal. How? Sway?
Fucked up.
How? And that drives everything that Shannon was just talking about. You're Jeezy's equal. You're not as equal in terms of popularity. You're not as equal in terms of net worth. How on earth? And then in terms of, if we're really talking about how things should go, what Shannon was just talking about, how you expecting to go into a union with a man like that who definitely is an alpha male, and you think you're his equal? Clearly you never heard Trap or Die. That's why you was trying to bitch him out. You know what I'm saying? And talk to him like he was a goofy. You didn't understand the man you had. You're not his fucking equal. And that's exactly why you have divorce papers, ma'am. It supports everything that Shannon just said.